Have you ever pondered over the possibility of time travel? What if you could jump into a machine, zip back many years, and change the course of history? Now, imagine you traveled back in time and did something that prevents your very existence. This is the crux of the grandfather paradox, a concept that has been twisting minds for decades. Picture this scenario. A curious young man, let's call him John, invents a time machine. Overwhelmed by his success, John decides to test his invention. He sets the dial to 70 years in the past. The machine whirs, the world spins, and suddenly he is standing in the past, in the same town where his grandfather lived as a young man. John, being a product of the future, knows his grandfather's story. He knows that his grandfather was supposed to meet his grandmother in a few days, fall in love, and eventually have children, one of whom would become John's parent. But what if John, in a moment of reckless curiosity, prevents this meeting from happening? What if he interrupts the course of events that was supposed to lead to his own birth? This is where the paradox arises. If John prevents his grandparents from meeting, he would never be born. But if he was never born, how could he have traveled back in time to prevent his grandparents from meeting? It's a loop, an unresolvable cycle. That's the grandfather paradox. It's like trying to imagine a square circle. It just doesn't fit within our understanding of the universe. Some scientists and philosophers suggest that a solution to this paradox might lie in the concept of parallel universes. This idea postulates that with every decision, the universe splits into different possibilities. So, when John travels back in time and interrupts his grandparents' meeting, he creates a new parallel universe. In this universe, he is never born, but the original universe, the one where he was born and invented the time machine, still exists unchanged. But remember, these are just theories, fascinating but hypothetical. They are mental gymnastics, exercises for the mind. The grandfather paradox and the concept of parallel universes are not proven facts, but intriguing possibilities that challenge our understanding of time and reality. So, to sum up, the grandfather paradox is a thought experiment that explores the contradictions of time travel. It poses a scenario where a time traveler prevents their own birth, creating a paradoxical loop. Some suggest that the concept of parallel universes might offer a solution, but this, like the paradox itself, remains a hypothetical concept. It's a reminder that while we may yearn to unravel the mysteries of time and space, there are some questions that remain tantalizingly out of reach, at least for now. So the next time you fantasize about hopping into a time machine, remember the grandfather paradox and be careful not to alter your own timeline.